Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the ones off of this. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of what the graph looks like for the rule that you're given, but also start with the restrictions. So this is saying f of x equals -5. So it equals -5, which is a horizontal line at -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. But that only happens when x is less than or equal to 3. So I go to x is less than or equal to 3. I make a closed dot because it's or equals to, and I draw a horizontal line at the less than. The next rule is 2x plus 1, and that starts right here. So in order to figure out what y is when x is -3, I'm going to plug in -3. 2 times -3 plus 1 equals -5. So that means this rule has a point at -3, -5. So I'm going to make that point. -3, -5, which is the same point right here. And then I'm going to see where this rule ends, which is what happens when I plug in 0. So 2 times 0 plus 1 equals 1. So I have a point at 0, 1. So this line right here goes from this point to this point, and I connect them. And then I'm going to go to the next rule. The next rule is 6x plus 1 starts at 0. So I plug in 0. 6 times 0 plus 1 equals 1. So it goes through the point 0, 1, which is right here. And then I'm going to go to the ending value. 6 times 3 plus 1, which is 19, which means it goes through 319. So I'm going to go to 319, and I'm going to connect those two. And then the last rule, f of x just equals 19. So from this point on, it's a horizontal line at 19. And that's how you graph it out. I'll do another one. G of x equals 4 from -2. So when x is -2 or less, it equals 4. Then after that, it jumps up to 6. So at -2, not included, jumps up to 6, and it goes to 0, included. So that's a flat line, horizontal line. And then at 0, it jumps up to 8, not included, and everything greater than that is 8. So that's how I graph it out. Next one follows the rule 2x plus 3 when x is less than -2. So I'm going to go to -2. 2 times -2 plus 3 is -1. So I have a point at -2, -1. Now this one doesn't give me a starting value, it's just the ending value, meaning it ends right here, but I don't know where it starts. It's everything less than that. So what I do is I look at the slope of this line, and I make the next point down from that. So it has a slope of 2. So I'm going to go down 2 to the left 1. That's a slope of 2, and it's everything below this. So it's a line like that. This is not a horizontal line because it has an x in it. It's not a constant value. At -2, it's going to switch to this rule. So I'm going to plug in -2. Gives me -11. So -2, -11, and that one is included. And it ends at 2, so I'm going to plug that in. It's 5, so 2, 5. And that one's also included. And then I connect those. And then it starts following this rule. X is greater than 2, it's 7x plus 2, so 7 times 2 plus 2 equals 16. So it goes through the point 216. And that's not included. And then it has a slope of 7, so I'm going to make it really steep. Now I ran out of room, so let me use this graph to show it. So from this point right here, that's at 216, I go up 7 and over 1, and then I connect those. and it's everything above that, so it goes up forever. So that's how I would graph that one. Hopefully the graphing kind of makes sense. Now I'm going to do some of the writing the rules.